All right, Mardu Knights. So, this deck is Mardu. If you look at the main deck here, this deck is 100% red-black except for 4 Acclaimed Contender. And I'm kind of into this splash in the main. So, like, this card gives us more virtual copies of Embercleave by giving us 5 looks at it. And it's a card that generates card advantage while also being reasonably aggressive. So this is a card that adds to our board presence that gives us additional reach by finding extra Embercleave and extra Swordsmith, which is great. Post board, we're really leaning into the white splash a little bit because we do have 6, 7, we have 10 white sources that can cast these. So the mana base might be a touch light on white. Maybe I want 1 less swamp, 1 more Godless Shrine. I'm gonna do that actually. Because post board, we've got Mortify, Kaya, and Worthy Knight. And like I've talked about before, I think Kaya is one of the best cards you can have against the Cat Oven decks. Not only does she take their creatures out of their graveyard and gain you life, but she can also exile Oven and Cat while they're in play, which is quite excellent. And even when they don't have those things, her -5 can gain you life and give you reach in a game, which is extra good in our aggressive deck here. Let's go ahead and dive on into some matches here with this one and see how it goes. Being all borderless gives you an extra 10% chance to be on the play. That's true. That's true. Everybody knows Magic is pay to win. And I paid a lot more than my opponent, so we're more likely to win. It's just simple math, chat. I guess this is a mulligan. The red source is tapped, and I don't have a second red for the cleave. Sick. Never didn't have it, chat. Hand sucks keep. Look at that. Look at that. Our new emotes getting used. Love it. Is that red-black draw 2 in the queue the deck I submitted a builder on for? It is, Reverend. I might have bumped it up because I wanted to play it. I might have put more behind it than you donated. So the middle burrito emote will be available as a bit emote when the bit emotes go live next month. So anyone who's cheered at least 1,000 bits will get the center burrito emote. Making Hoaglandia solidly pay to win if you want to make big burritos. Are they blue-green flash? They're probably blue-green flash. That makes sense. We're burrito gating the bit list. Yeah, exactly. The border is still is it. Thank you. I appreciate you. I apologize to everyone's immersion. Two entire years and Demented Whispers is still legal. Ain't that the truth? What's going on, Mage? Hex still exists, right? Maybe. Maybe I'm not supposed to do this because they can do this. Yeah, they get to bounce it now. And when they bounce it, I lose my Rimrock Knight. And then because I played a non-black source, I can't play Swordsmith here. Yeah, I messed up my sequencing here pretty badly. I think I should have just attacked for 1 and gone 2-drop, 2-drop there. For people that are looking for the card Demented Whispers, it is not a Magic the Gathering card. It's a reference to another game I used to play here on occasion, Hex TCG. Well, if they have anything here, we're probably dead. Old Dingler. Ring-a-ding Dingler. Is that another bounce spell here? Feels like it eat this bounce. Maybe I should have only attacked with this. Yeah. Yeah, we're pretty dead. Yeah. Sequencing was not particularly good there. That's hilarious, Mage. That's quite funny, actually. So, Mortify sounds good here as a way to kill their stuff. I think I actually want to trim some Embercleave here just because it's hard to resolve expensive spells. Trim a Contender for that same reason. Being on the play is in fact busted. To be fair, I think our archetype has a pretty reasonable Simic Flash matchup. That is a slightly edited artwork of the card Simian Spirit Guide, which is an obnoxious card in Modern and Legacy. The fact that I don't have the second swamp to fetch has been a little bit awkward these games. Drawing double Fabled Passage has been a little bit medium. Done with the first sub-trimester. Thanks for the quarter over your empty chair. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. If they bounce this, I get to hit them for 1 and then go 1-drop, 1-drop. Good chance this gets counterspelled. I guess there's a possibility I should just like wait and play Blacklance Paragon rather than playing this into a Sabotage. Weaselback Redcap is, I don't know how I feel about this card. It's easier to cast than like the 2-1 in white. You have to like mess the man base up a little bit to support the white cards, but like this card's definitely a lot weaker than some of the alternatives by stressing the mana a little bit. Like having to continually dump mana into deal 4 with these is like, doesn't feel great. Frilled Mystic would be really bad here for us because it would counter our spell and then also give them blocker for a red cap. We're kind of running out of gas at this point. The fact that I don't have double black means I can't double spell, which is really important. Generally speaking, aggressive decks tend to be good against the blue-green flash deck because double spelling early is something you're able to do, and our mana's just not allowed us to do that this game. They are in fact riding large weasels. So this has Menace. Just played my best game of Magic ever. My opponent was playing a side deck, and I was playing Angel Soul Sisters. They burned all but 7 of their clock in game 1. That's great. The Aura Dog, thanks for the 18 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. So I'm going to target this with Death Touch. Death Touch plus Menace is a soft combo because they have to block with 2 things. Then you get Death Touch and it trades for both their things. The blue-red flash deck was great. I messaged my art guy when we were done with the segment and asked him to do up a banner for me. And I think I'm going to go ahead and pump the red cap that they didn't block, so they go to 2. And then next turn we'll be able to, like, play this and do this to kill them. So they need a counterspell here to survive. And even then, we might be able to bait them into counterspelling the Stormfist Crusader. Doesn't look like a quench. Big old nothing. Think I'm just running it back. I don't think I can keep a hand without a 1-drop in this matchup. It's also missing red mana. This is where the magic happens, chat. Never forget. Magic the Gathering. Well, I mean, we found our 1-drops, right? Woof. Maybe I should have kept... I think I messed up. I should have kept Godless Shrine instead of the Sacred Foundry. Yeah, I should have kept the second black source. Disagree, Guard, with yourself. Stormfist Crusader is excellent in this matchup because this matchup is all about being able to do two things in the same turn. And Stormfist Crusader allows us to do two things in the same turn very, very consistently. So we beat them on mana efficiency in this matchup, generally speaking, is what we're looking to do. 1 point short of getting to grow this up. I don't know how we beat this 5-5. This blue-green flash deck, this blue-green deck's a lot better when people like cut bad cards and put good playable magic cards in their deck. It's weird how that works. Funny how when my opponent puts a bunch of good cards in their deck gets better. And the fact that I bought him that Godless Shrine here means that I can't replay Knight of the Ebon Legion, which is a big deal. So if I lose this game, there's a good chance that I lost because I wasn't thinking through my opening hand bottoms. This should be in play already. So like this shouldn't be able to get Frilled Mysticked. So we're behind here, but we're behind because of a choice that I made. I'm gonna hang on to this for now, because I could draw an Embercleave. Please flash a Nightpack Ambusher. Alright, God bless. Good guy, Rimjob Knight. Trade these. Oh, yeah, that's fair. If Godless was my white source. Yeah, because I need white-black. Okay, yeah, that's a good observation. I did not think about that. Are we dead? We're dead if this is a thing, right? I don't know that we have outs here. Like, we're going to 1 this turn, right? Because this can't block. Yeah, good game. Is keeping triple Shockland an option? Yeah, quite possibly. They ended up having another Brazen Bar over there, so I don't know if we, like, keep different lands if the game actually ends up going differently. Just because, like, they would have been able to bounce and then counter again. But I definitely am not pleased with myself in the way I kept my lands at the start of the game. We also started out down 2 cards, so there's a good chance that it just, like, didn't matter. Weaselback Redcap. Would you like to erase my thoughts? Mardu Knights in Historic gets to play that one. I think I just play Blacklance Paragon on their turn here rather than jamming other Stormfist Crusader. I think I want to save the other Stormfist for post sweeper. I also think there's like a very good chance my opponent's deck has Cry of the Canarium in it. Just because the cat decks are going around. Like the Sultai Kefta deck that I put together has main deck Cry. I don't think that's remotely unreasonable at this point. Second thought erasure feels kind of bad. Now I think I just have to play into this here. I feel like if I don't play this out, they're not going to sweep. Nice Grixis deck. How do you beat the sweeper, chat? You don't. You make him have it. That's how you beat the sweeper. Kill them. I think I trim this, because if this is good, we're probably ahead anyways. Duress and Worthy Knight seem good here. Let's give this a go. This is the first time I've seen an Augur in a while. Sure. Hand needs a black source real bad, but we have plenty of castable spells. We draw any third land, we get to go 1, 2, 3 on a solid curve. Nah, I think we want to leave into Embercleave's Mage, because we're going to get to a point in a lot of these games where, like, we can just cast Embercleave for 5. And I don't think Embercleave's good enough to want to draw multiple of them, but I think it's definitely more than good enough that I don't mind seeing one, because it makes our non-threats good threats. Thanks for the 5 months, Gunslinger. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Who's got 2 thumbs and is ready to get Crive the Canarium? This guy right here. Techno Punk. Thanks for the 3/4 of a year. I'm going to do a little bit of a shorter stream today. This is going to be my last deck. We're going to be up for another 45 minutes or so. Scale of 1 to dead. Where's my board at here? Pretty alive. That's exciting. Get the castable knight, I guess. Okay. Interesting. You have 2 3s. See, like, here, Cleveland would be the best draw in my deck right now, right? We're just like, draw that and ship in. Thank you for being an adult in response, Geoff. I agree. There's a reason why I've been doing less modern. I also haven't been accepting as much modern. Like I actually accepted 2 modern decks recently, and one of them is the blue-green Urza deck that's just like one of the best decks in modern right now, and the other one is Neosholbrand. I think playing Neosholbrand will be fun. I like that deck. I like it a lot. I like it a lot. A lot. Maybe I'm supposed to ship with my whole team there. So that way if they want to eat this, I can like make this a 3/2. Vomit. It's for the 24 months, J Shrimp. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Well, I got plenty of cards I can't cast in my hand, so we got that going for us. I think we're going to exile Stormfist Crusader here at this point. Dobdo! Thanks for the biddies. I appreciate it. I have these power up each other, because depending on how they block, I could probably save one of these with Cleveland here and still kill the Nicol Bolas. Yeah, so like, I get to do this on Fervent Champion, which lets me kill this and then they don't lifelink, and then Bolas still dies here. Holy scat, thanks for the quarter of a year. Welcome back. Friday morning baked watching Jeff. Don't smoke and drive. Stay in and watch some Twitch. Hey, Hellboy. Thanks for the 2022 months. Welcome back. Think we're dead, chat? Maybe they're just making Christmas cookies. Maybe. Maybe. There's so many casualties inside of War Chat. It's not pretty. Hoping for a Godless Shrine here. Let's take the third game on the play here. I just ate corn pudding with gravy that had been sitting out all night for breakfast. Am I going to die? Possibly, but it's probably worth it. But I'd rather have Rimrock Knight than Smitten Swordsmith. I think I might as a combat trick. It's also a little bit easier to cast. I don't think I want Mortify here. I think I'd rather just attack. I think I'd rather have Duress than Mortify. No, I know there's a fire stack, but I think I'd rather stay proactive rather than reactive. Yeah, our mana's not been super kind to us. I wonder how the mana... I didn't compare this to the Mardu list on my site. It's actually not that far off. It's a little bit... This one's a little bit more red slanted, which makes sense. It's playing Weaselback Redcap instead of... Maybe we have slightly too much red. List. The difference between this list and the list on my site is -2 mountain, +1 Godless Shrine, +1 swamp, which might be good swaps, honestly. They took my other Worthy Knight. So the fact that they took the other Worthy Knight to me says that they probably don't have a sweeper here, huh? Because like if they have a sweeper, they probably don't mind me going wide. So like they know about Rimrock, so Rimrock here is just excellent. They just like can't block. Really? Okay. Does that block imply a sweeper? YOLO? I think we're on the YOLO plan. They're like pretty dead if they don't Ritual Assault us here. Hey, J-Bot, thanks for the 15 months. I appreciate that. Welcome back. Thanks for keeping me around. Well, you know, win some, you lose some. Maybe I'm supposed to Rimrock Knight there instead of the Stormfist Crusader, just because Stormfist Crusader lets us draw back out of a sweeper a little bit better. There's the Augur of Bolas we know and love. One you rearrange the bottom 3 cards of your library. Sounds about right. Any knight, please. This is the punish for not doing this last turn. Just because now this doesn't get to find a friend, because you have to have a knight in play for this to find a friend. So if they have another removal spell here, we're in a lot of trouble. Yeah. Feels bad, man. Yeah, magic sucks and then you die. Not a lot of player agency in these decks. A lot of just like hoping people don't have it and then just like getting got when they do. I don't know. Maybe it's right to pump the brakes the turn I ran down their Augur of Bolas there and just like not play the Embercleave. Perhaps we're supposed to. Yeah, these Weaselbacks have not been good. I don't know. I think I'm gonna change the mana to match the one on my site and just like play the better card, even if you don't cast it quite as consistently. So this build versus the build that's up on my site has Inspiring Veteran in the main. Oh, this one's not playing. Oh, there is Weaselback Redcap in the one on my site. Venerable Knight 2. What is this one? Am I on 60? It's on 60. Okay, I'm gonna export this and see so I can compare. Let me compare. This is the one that's on my site. Oh, this one's just on 16 1-drops. Oh, that's probably better in my aggro deck. Yeah, I think. Let's do that. Let's play a couple of games with this. And see how the difference feels. I was like, oh, this is on Weaselback 2. It's just on 16 1-drops. It's on 16 1-drops and then a 2-mana Lord. Which seems pretty good. Not playing 4 Embercleave is, I was happy with Chance for Glory last time. Let's leave one cheeky chance. The sideboard is out of date, though. I should update that on the site anyways. Rampage is pretty bad. Like the sideboard better in the other build that we had. Couple of Duress. Mortify. What else in this other board? Oh, Worthy Knight. Yeah, I kind of like that. It's a neat card against control. All right, let's do this. Yep. Hand's great. Triple 1-drop starts are great in aggro decks. Just feel real good and clean. Hero, eh? Yeah, that was definitely the single worst thing about office jobs is like when like you're expected to show up and there's nothing to do. Just like have to be there to collect your paycheck. Big bucks, no Othakaya, please. Big bucks, no Othakaya. Hey, that's a good draw. Encourage them to trade with this one so it dies and pumps something else up. Pump up Weaselback Redcap, so that way this can pump a single time and attack through a Basilic Bellhaunt. Although Bellhaunt's still probably gonna mess us up here. Man, cannot catch a break. I miss Field of the Dead, chat. I miss Field of the Dead. And we actually played a Grixis control deck that felt pretty reasonable, Lorwyn Soldier. You should check the replays. I would rather play against Field of the Dead 1,000 times than play against Esper control once. Yeah, we played Modern this morning, Spellweaver, and honestly, the big thing to me about playing Modern wasn't even just about the matchups being linear, but like, even the interactive control matchups just did not feel good. Like, having to play against Teferi and Force of Negation and Dovin's Veto just kinda sucked. Yanni K, thank you for the Prime support, I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. Spellweaver, thanks for the 17 months. Just for re-upping. Alright, sometimes they want it more than you, chat. Sometimes they want it more than you do. That's just how it works. And then you die. Okie doke. Regisaur is an awful card against control. Regisaur is a card that frequently gets you 2-for-1 against control. It's probably great against mono red. But like, Kaya's also good against mono red, so like, I think that's like kind of a wash. Huh? So I'm definitely keeping the is about what I'm doing. I think I'm supposed to bottom Embercleave here and just guaranteed curve out into Acclaimed Contender. Like, just go. Legion on 1, Fervent Champion tap land on 2, Contender on 3, go from there. I could be greedy and bottom a land here, but I think that's greedy. Like, we drew a land, so like now I feel bad that I bottomed my sword, but I think it's correct to do what I did. You tried Grixis Knights in Standard. I've not. Is that playing like for Royal Scions? I do love me some Royal Scions. Well, at least this land draw means I can activate the Knight of the Ebon Legion here, so that's exciting. It's a decent draw too. You're gonna have to pump out a ton of damage here before their sweeper happens. There's just no reason to commit another threat to the table here. Like, they'll be dead next turn, just what we have on board, so I don't think I want to play into a Kaya's Wrath. I guess playing this land out is bad against, Basilic Bellhaunt. The pure aggro decks in this format feel a little bit middling. And I think that's one of the things I really like about Historic right now, is like the pure creature-based aggressive decks feel like pretty reasonable there. Alright, so they didn't sweep me this turn, so I think I'm just gonna like play my Lord and try and kill them. Yeah, we tried something close to that last season. I think that's fine. Sounds a-okay. Alright, don't Kaya's Wrath me, please. So true, you're regularly beating Oko with Mono Red. Yeah, that's great. Make sure if you do pick up Displate stuff today, use code BLACK for an extra, it's up to like 40% off on some things for Black Friday. We're just gonna run it back. Hope not to die. I don't think the codes stack, but the black code is more than the F2K code. The F2K code is just 15% off. Today they have an extra Black Friday sale going on. Sure. 1, 2, 3. Do 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 do. Boop boop do do. Veterans, a good pickup here. So I think with Veteran as the pickup, I'm probably going to Worthy Knight into Veteran, assuming they don't kill any of our stuff. And then we can have double Stormfist Crusader to deploy post first sweeper. Alright, I assume whatever we play here is getting Tyrant scorned. Oh, they're just scorning this? Okay. My body is ready to get Tefreader Othakaya and just hate myself. Scale of 1 to dead. Where's this Worthy Knight at? Really? Okay. Okay. I've seen mythic percentages down in the 70s. We have Gaia's Wrath here. I guess this is a good exchange for me. This is lining up exactly like we talked about here. So they cleared the board, then we get to go double Crusader here. And then just like, fingers crossed they don't have another one. The only counterplay we had here was sequencing around that slightly, and we did our best. I tested to see how low it goes after they told us rank didn't matter that season. I got down to 55%. That's pretty low. Definitely just going to keep playing our lands out here. Because if we get a 6th land into play next turn, we can double activate Knight of the Ebon Legion. I think we might be done here. Feels bad, man. Okay, let's try one more, but I think we're gonna call it a day here after this next one. This deck's been rough. I think I'm not gonna accept any more traditional aggro decks for this standard format. It just does not seem very reasonable. We can stick to playing Historic or Pioneer if we want to play decks that are traditional aggro decks. Alright, let's do it. With Historic supported and Standard back to a pretty fun place, it's good to see Arena back on the menu. I'm glad to be back on it, Elusive. I definitely prefer Arena to Magic Online. Just like, the rate of play on Magic Arena is just second to none. Just so much faster with the auto tapper. And the lack of the rigid priority system. Yeah, you have a cat. See how this match goes. Bump up, the wump up, the jam. Do. Sure, you got Trail of Crumbs. Land? Alright, well, you know, that's fine. Deck for 5. Play a Dorko that hits for damages, draws us extra cards. Yeah, the Flash deck against Esper is probably really sweet. There's plenty of neat things to do in this format. I just don't think these aggro decks are like super stellar. And like, when there's other reasonable formats that we can play aggro decks in, I feel like hammering our head into the wall trying to play this format with it seems less than good. I think Arena also, yes, Arena is much, Magic Online is faster than Paper. Having to manually mulligan is just like one of the biggest pieces of medium ever. Are they dead to this chance for glory? I think they're dead to this chance for glory, right? Sideboarding is also faster in digital. Haven't played any form of Magic in 5 years? Yeah. It's a good question. Yeah, I think digital even any form of digital is faster than paper in my opinion. That's not even really an opinion. I think that's just like objective fact. Any form of digital is faster. So 3 Kaya, 2 Legion's End, super clean here. I'm going to trim the Blacklance and the Chance for Glory. It might honestly even be right to like trim Weaselback Redcap just because they have X ones. Having a critical massive. I guess I have Kaya to like cut through their cats and Legion's End too. Yeah, let's keep my 16 1-drops in. Yeah, drawing the second Embercleave is kind of awkward. So like the Chance for Glory is like a cheeky 4th way to blow people out without having to have 2 Embercleaves. You can also Chance for Glory with Embercleave sometimes, which is stellar. So like, this is basically the only 5-land hand I'd ever keep in this deck. Just like 1-drop into Stormfist Crusader is like pretty good, and I'll keep it most of the time, regardless of what the rest looks like. Oh, I missed a point of damage here, so I should have attacked first, and that's a big deal. So if I shock in this land and attack, they won't block because I could pump this if they block. And once I play my spell, that's no longer an option for me. So they're going to go land Wicked Wolf and we lose the game on the spot. Oh, just a Midnight Reaper. That's exciting. That's exciting. Alright, so now do I champion plus veteran? I think I do. I get to pump this up, so if they want to kill this, they have to double block and they lose both their things. It's a good turn. And if they, even if they have Massacre Girl here, there's no 1 toughness creatures in play at the moment, so they can't clear the board out. They need Wicked Wolf. If they have Wicked Wolf, we're going to be in trouble. Yikes. This card's still just like, the food package still just like dumpsters, these aggro decks. It's just not close. I think I do this and dig for a sword rather than Kaya exile this. Okay. So you're saying there's a chance. Take a chance on me. Now they can Massacre Girl the board. But I didn't have a way to play around that, so it is what it is. If they don't have another creature to play out here, I can Kaya the Goose, and then Stormfist Crusader gets to hit them here. What are spells? Baby, don't hurt me. Don't hurt me no more. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Hey, hey, hey. Very scary Stormfist Crusader. They don't have a second black source here, so their mana base could be our saving grace. He says before his opponent rips the second black source. We are letting them draw an extra card each turn, so like good chance they get out of it. Kaya can hit Oven. So if they only attack Kaya with one thing here, I'm probably going to chump block and then exile the Oven. That's good for us. Sweet. That's great. Okay. All right. Oh, we're halfway there. Oh, dee. So we just gotta fade Massacre Girl for a turn, basically. Oh, and actually, I'm gonna have Inspiring Veteran, so Massacre Girl won't have a way to get started, which is really good for us. Stormfist Crusader really kind of showing its strength here. It's a big part of the reason we're in this game. It's providing us with a steady flow of gas and also making sure. Oh, they can play Massacre Girl. Massacre Girl. They can play Massacre Girl and sacrifice Brontodon. Yeah, Massacre Girl plus Brontodon lets them clear the board here. But that will kill their Wicked Wolves. So like worth noting that it's not just free.
Leave before I make you disappear.
Leave before I make you disappear.
I've suffered worse.
Brontodon means the Embercleave's not good here. Well then. Are they dead?
Shuffling me off my mortal coil.
Can you play any historic deck a Timmy would love? Definitely, Joris. Thanks for keeping me around. Oh, you know what? I should have made this a third power. I should have set it up so I had 3 lethal creatures with Embercleave. Is what I should have done here. Okay, so my opponent punted. They didn't play around the second Embercleave here. If they would have just eaten a food, they would have won this game, or they would have not died here. But because they sacked the Brontodon, they're now dead. So if they would have just eaten food, this would have been indestructible, right? Or they could have made this big enough. I think they could have made this big. Maybe I'm miscounting and it doesn't matter. And maybe I didn't actually count it. Maybe they were dead either way. But I think they could have played around that. I don't know. Maybe it's they could have made it big enough to go on to 1. Okay, yeah, and they could have also let first strike happen and then kill it, right? But then they still get to do, because then the trample's gone. Yeah, I think they could have lived if they would have done a combination of sacking food and like using the Brontodon trigger better there. I also put my +1 attack on the wrong thing. Yeah, it was they were blocking and it was their job to figure it out. Yeah, all things considered, I think this build of Knights is better than the one we started on. Like I said, I liked a lot of the things that were going on in the sideboard of the other build better, so I matched the sideboard up better compared to that. But I think leaning into like the 1-drops plus Inspiring Veteran is where you want to be in this archetype. rather than trying to play Smitten Swordsmith. Now, it's possible that Swordsmith is better than Blacklance Paragon if you want that little bit of reach in the deck. Like, the combat trickery that this does of giving Death Touch, like, might not be good enough on average, and you'd much rather just have the little bit of reach from Swordsmith. So I think that would be something I'd explore if I was looking to flesh out this archetype and play it a bunch. That being said, I think compared to the Oven decks and compared to the Jeskai Fires decks, I think this archetype in general, regardless of how you build it, is kind of a rough time in this current standard format. And I think if you were interested in just smorking people with Knights, I would definitely recommend taking a peek at Historic. You can find this white-red list with games of us playing it on my website. And I think, in general, this style of archetype is better in Historic right now than it is in the current standard format. Definitely something to keep an eye on, though, as the format changes. Like, this will definitely be worth a revisit when the new set drops. Maybe we get some tools and Theros for it. At any rate, I'm going to go ahead and call it a day. Shorter stream today because there's a holiday weekend here in the United States. My schedule for next week is posted up on my website now. I'll be back at Monday, about 8 a.m. Central Standard Time. I'm going to be taking my schedule a little bit easier come December, between Historic coming on and Pioneer and just everything else that's been going on. I've been doing a lot of pretty long weeks, so I'm going to be doing a little bit of lighter weeks coming up, about 30 hours live as opposed to the 40, 45 I've been doing, just so I can take it easy up until the new set release drops. But still going to be plenty of Magic going on. We've got 3 very reasonable Magic formats right now, plus Modern, so my plans are to do about 6 Standard decks per week, 6 Historic decks per week, and 6 Pioneer decks per week, and then 1 Modern as long as we've got them. I'll probably sprinkle in some Mythgard for those that enjoyed that somewhere in there, but I'm not going to be building it into the schedule, so we're going to be as time permits and how I'm feeling. 3 reasonable formats in Modern. At any rate, I'm going to hit one more ad roll as I sign off here to hit my quota for the day, but I am all done with content, so thanks for hanging out, folks. Everybody enjoy the rest of your Friday wherever you're at, and I'll see you on Monday, hopefully. Remember, if you are interested in more content for myself, there's lots of great stuff up here on my website. You can click favorites and find lots of things easily tagged, things filtered by format, filtered by different deck types, all that jazz. So, jeffoglin.com, if you haven't been there before, a great resource for all that. These people are great. Buy their stuff.